Attention traders! This is General Romulus coming to you live from the Forum in ancient Rome. Apparently, from news over the weekend, the ancient Romans and the Gauls and the Egyptians aren't the only ones who like to stir it up a little bit on the battlefield. Boy, if you think about it, Western powers and the Persians have been going at it for quite a while. Well, you guys have a great movie out. One of these days I'll watch a movie. A great movie called 300. That was back in the ancient Greek times, before even the Romans started to dominate the Western world. But that was when the Persian Empire came marching into Greece. They defeated a group of Spartans at the gates of Thermopylae, kept going, and then got just about utterly annihilated by the rest of the combined Greek army. Then over the years, there was a lot of back and forth. Well, it even predates that if you believe in Helen of Troy and, well, is it a myth? Was it real? You'll have to ask Hercules. But there was an ancient Roman who was teaming up with old Julius Caesar for a while. No, not Pompey. That was before Pompey's time a little bit as well. But a guy named Crassus. Now, Crassus and Caesar and Pompey eventually got together and formed what was called the Triumvirate, a ruling class over the rest of the Roman Republic at the time. And then a little bit after that, Crassus decided to go avenge an ancient Roman loss over in Persia, marched in there with a couple of legions, lost a major battle, and then had a bucket of molten gold poured directly down his throat, which, as you can imagine, ended up killing him. Is that Trump's ultimate fate? I highly doubt it. Seems to me this one is going to go much more easily the Western way. And if you look at the markets, that's why we're together here today after all. That's right. That's why we do get together. Before going into that, remember, this is General Romulus. I am not your financial advisor, stockbroker. These videos are strictly for informational and educational purposes only. Markets last night, when they were opening, were very, very weak. Looked as if, from the casual observer, these lines that we've drawn many months ago, many weeks ago, depending on which line, could have been sliced down through, which perhaps could engender even further selling and weakness. And in the end, that wasn't to be the case. Maybe it's news-driven. Maybe so much of this was priced in. Maybe the big money understands other things that us little retail folks don't get. However, markets have been recovering throughout most of the day. As you would expect, with wars going on in the Middle East, oil prices, which are paramount in that area, the largest revenue source for the country of Iran and many other nations in that surrounding Gulf region. Oil prices, again, spiked real high, hot yesterday, last night when the markets reopened on Sunday night, and they have been fading ever since. A lot of people piled into gold on the fear that the war will spread or last a lot longer than what most experts are anticipating, and gold has been selling off the rest of the day. Gold's speculative little brother silver, that's actually negative on the day right now. And some of the more speculative areas of the market, namely crypto and Bitcoin, they're actually up. Come on. When you heard about America attacking Iran on Saturday, did you really believe that this is what you'd be seeing? The market's basically flat, oil prices coming way off their highs, gold prices way off their highs, and speculative areas like the crypto is actually up for the day. Don't lie to me. Come on now. As for what happens next, after all, it's the only reason that we really hang out together. We can talk history all day long. Since I'm from there, well, it's one of my favorite subjects. However, we really want to know what is possible in the near term, intermediate term, long-term future with financial markets all around this busy world that we live in. And for me and mine, I'm sticking with these yellow lines that we have drawn again weeks and months ago. They still haven't been violated. A violation of either side of this will tell us what to do next. To the downside, a little bit of raising up some cash, maybe some slight hedging. This lower line, well, that's lower than the 200-day moving average at this point. A breaching of that area could mean quite a different outcome than just a 5 or a 10% correction from recent highs set back there in late January. And a toppling of the upper area resistance could start to put together a sustainable rally, something we haven't seen for some time. As a matter of fact, these markets at today's lows, this morning's lows, trading at the same point that they were all the way back on October 24th. And if you look at the tech stocks, NASDAQ area, these subjects have been trading the same place they have been, really dating back to the middle of September. Again, not something that most people would expect. Something else I want to bring your attention to, you see the VIX. This is something that measures volatility. It measures fear or lack of. And just like the oil prices, it spiked really high last night and this morning, only to see a significant sell-off throughout the rest of the day. And there's one more thing I want to bring up today. A couple of days ago, back on Thursday, February 26th in the morning, we posted a video right here. That's the one with the Microsoft-shaped type of bull looking, rather aggressive. That's because the software stocks, with Microsoft being in the lead on that, have been getting absolutely pummeled, not just for this year, but for several of the last trading months, setting multi-year lows just last week, a couple of trading days ago. And if you look at the software group, same kind of thing. This goes into cybersecurity stocks. They've also been pounded. This is an AI fear trade, they're calling it, because they believe that the AI technology that a lot of these companies are involved in inventing and putting out to the public, both enterprise, commercial, and retail, that the products themselves are going to be the end of the inventors of the products. So, are they a bit of a Frankenstein situation? After all perhaps they're looking for is a mate to spend time with? No, probably not. And I don't know how it's going to go over the years. My opinion is that the cybersecurity companies have a bit of a stronger moat, more of a business resiliency to them than many of the software companies, not including Microsoft, though. These guys they're involved in so much of the AI situation, not just the inventing of various AI products, rolling out massive data centers that they are heavily invested in and involved in. They own a massive chunk of OpenAI. And they also have the cloud computing, which all this stuff depends on in one form or another at the end of the AI day. But again, watch this video. Watch that one right there. That was from the other day. We said it was possible that these two groups, again, software and cybersecurity, had put in at least a temporary low. And as of when last night started trading, we were looking at a pretty significant down day. And all of these groups, a lot of these stocks, were posting gains. As a matter of fact, they're really among the leaders of the entire day. Right here, if you look at the group IGV, which again, Microsoft is the largest component of that, but IGV has a little bit of a prettier chart. It's up against some resistance right now. It breaks above here. It really could put to start on a decent move to the upside. One of the things we speculated is something like Bitcoin, and I have to move a yellow line just a minute. Bitcoin, the cryptos, and a lot of these other areas that have been pummeled for the last couple of months have a shot at returning to their 50-day average. Beyond that, don't know, too early to tell, don't really care at this point. If you look at the software group and the cybersecurity group, that's still a decent little run from here before they hit that potential turning resistance point. If you are in these, that's the area. If they get up to those 50-day moving averages, though, that's an area certainly I would start to think about, it might be time to exit with whatever gains or losses that you might have at that point. Hey, as always, it's been fun. I got to hop on my golden ancient Roman chariot, go back to the Forum of Ancient Rome. I'm so glad we got together today. If you want to reach me directly, it's RomulusTeaches@yahoo.com. Again, RomulusTeaches@yahoo.com. And until next time, when we get to do battle again in the ancient Roman arenas, that is all for now. Remember, consistent returns regardless of market direction.